What is going on, guys? It is Duke, and welcome to another Rise of Civilizations videos. Today, we're going to go over a couple of things which maybe you missed, maybe you're new to the game, or maybe some things that when you first started out you didn't even know, and now you come into a place for some resources and materials. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down on my mini. As you can see right now, we're at 132k power, which is really low. I just started off this mini within the last week. And started off as a Japanese civilization. I wanted to go that route because on my main I am of the German civilization. So here we go. A couple of things which I want to talk about, which you might not know starting off the game. The one thing I've really noticed is that starting off, there's not a ton of different resources around. Whether you're on YouTube, on the internet, anywhere. Outside of a good handful of YouTubers like Legend Ronnie, we have Chiselgeist, we have the Gecko, we have Echo Gaming, we have Spooby, of course, our boy Spooby, Clash Bashing, those guys, which they're really building it up and making a nice tidal wave of information available. But I know back when I started, about a month ago, there wasn't much out there, so it was all trial and error. But so I want to go over a couple of things real fast, whether you're new to the channel, whether you're not. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn the alerts on, the notification button on, so you can always be alerted for the new videos that come out daily for Rise of Civilizations. But we have a big update on the way, and I'm sure there's going to be a nice tidal wave of people. But there's so much to this game. That's what makes this game amazing. There's so many moving parts. So first things first, make sure that you are always cooking your troops. That's what you always want to do. You want to get the troops cooking nonstop, keep them going. It is big time because it adds to your power. It makes you more helpful in your alliance. It also allows you to go out and do more farming, get involved in rallies and whatnot. So get your troops constantly rolling. Your academy over here, make sure you're constantly either upgrading the academy building to your current town hall level, or make sure you are constantly upgrading your economic stature in there. As you can see, we don't want to speed up. We want to go ahead and click on it. Your technology, which is your economic technology, and also your military technology. And I think right now we are upgrading our swordsmen. That is your tier 2 troops. So you want to tier up. That's the biggest thing in this game, is really getting your troops up to a level to where you can help out and you can battle, you can defend yourself, you can go on the offense. But that is a huge deal. That is a big deal. So the academy may be one of the most important structures or building in the entire game. So keep focused on that. Stay focused on that. There's a ton of power in that. I know I'm going to bounce all over the place. I'm just going off the, shooting off the hip here with just things I really didn't know going ahead. With this account here, I'm at City Hall level 9. I've kind of rushed my way up there. We are almost at the new age. As you can see, the Iron Age is coming. But really, what I focus on is just getting my tier 2 troops up, and then I'm going to go in. Now, when you're upgrading, if you're trying to speed through your upgrades on your city halls, you always want to make sure you're going after, you see these right here, going after those the resources and the buildings which need to be upgraded first. So right now we would need to do the wall and the academy, and then just bounce off of that, because to do the wall you might have to do the tavern, to do the tavern you might have to do one of your farm buildings there. So those are big things. So keep everything going. Also, you want to keep farming. Now right now I do not have any out. They came back. I'll need to go out and send them out. But another big thing, which I was probably a noob, your scouts. So right now I am able to send out 2 scouts from my scout camp. As you can see, Scout A, Scout B. We got Mr. Purple and Mr. Blue right there. They're ready to rock and roll. But I would always just send them out randomly. Now, one thing that I came up with, no one told me this, so I didn't know, is that you can actually scout, pinpoint exactly where you want to send them to. So if we back out of our alliance here, and these guys over here, say if I really wanted to see what's going on, I can just push on their fog area, and then I can click explore, and my scouts will head that way. I just recently found that out not too long ago. Hopefully one of my viewers here, you can comment down below. You said, Duke, I had no idea you could do that, because I was just sending them right out of the scout camp right there. So, and then maybe I want to do the fog area right next to it. So that is another way to really go through, because Another thing that I wanted to touch on, which kind of deals with the fog, is your alliance. Now, I really lucked out when I first started my main account. I was in with Clash with Ash and so many other awesome people. I was in there with Echo Gaming. Spooby joined us, and those guys were really knowledgeable, and there's so many active people. Ash was able to bring in a ton of people that were uber active. And then from there, I moved on to the 6 Family ESX, and those guys were non-stop active. Here on my mini account, not as active, so I was kind of put into a role to go out and find the places where we're going to go. So a big deal for opening up the fog area when you're kind of in the higher ranks in your alliance is that you need to know where you're going to go and be safe. Right now, we're looking for a spot to go build our fortress. You guys might be in the same position. Now, as you can see, some of our markers are areas that we want to go. If you look at the alliance right there, CN, they're pretty tough. They're going after some of our farmers, and they're pushing us a bit. So right now, the smart thing to do is to get out of Dodge. I was able to form a non-aggressive pact with them. They're not going to attack us. We're not like best buds or anything like that, but as long as we don't go into their territory and farm, that's a big deal. So we're kind of looking over to the east. Now, you can't really see what's going on because the fog is in the way. That's why it's pretty cool to be able to go in and pinpoint that area. If not, if you're just sending them off randomly, they're just going to go randomly. They're not going to go exactly maybe where you want. So if you're going to go in, check out, open up some areas. So that is a big deal. But also, if you're just starting out the game and maybe you're around 100,000 power, maybe 500K, and you're just kind of setting the foundation for your alliance, a huge thing is diplomacy. You want to make sure that people around you do not think that you're a threat. If you're a new alliance, if you're growing really fast, people will pick up on that, and they will come and they will attack you because they are afraid of what you may become. So the best advice I have is to go make allies. So if we were to go over, let's check out T-Pound1. So what you really want to do is you want to go in, click on one of those guys, and go to their alliance. Check out their alliance. Check out their power, because that's really going to show you how strong they are. As you can see, there's a ton really in that description right there, and you can either contact a leader and you can talk to 1986 Rocky and say, yo, bud, listen, we need to be cool with each other. Let's work together. If you need us, we'll help you. If we need you, can you help us? We'll kind of stay away from each other. We won't farm in each other's land, but it's cool if we just kind of work together for the future going forward. So that's one thing you can do, and you can look at their alliance members and you can see how strong they are, who has some big time players or not. So they got a handful of million-plus power here, which is pretty strong for a newer kingdom. So as you can see, that's what you want to do. Have someone in charge. It is a tough job to go through and to constantly be talking to people, but really diplomacy wins in this game right now, because in order to get yourself to the center, that's where everybody's looking to go. Everybody wants to move in. You're going to need some help. You're going to need friends along the way. There's no way, no matter how powerful you guys are, that you're going to be able to go ahead and do it all yourself. So that is a big deal. Those are just a few of the things which you know, I was maybe lacking when I first started off. I didn't understand that you had to do these things. Also, do your daily quest all the way over there in the top left, because they will give you some cool resources. They will give you the power-ups that you need to go through with your daily life here in the game. Also, another thing briefly is commanders. So right now, people, which when I first started out playing the game, they talked about, they said, listen, you want to maybe focus on 2 commanders, but that's really what they said. Now, you're probably not going to be battling very often early on. Now, right now, I have Kusanagi in there. He is my strongest commander that I have, because he came with the Japan civilization. But really what I wanted to focus on is my gatherers right now. So as you can see, it looks like I have Sarka. She is my main gatherer. I actually skipped over her first skill because I'm going to start working on this one here, which is her second skill or passive skill. But this increases gathering speed, because early on in the game, you're going to be farming and gathering a ton. So between between Sarka here, and I think I also have Gaius, which is Cleric Dragoon. I have him also as one of my gatherers. So really what I want to get through, and I think it's his second skill, I'm going to be focused on that. So I'm going to be focused on farming. That's a huge deal, because once your alliance gets going and once you really have a territory, you want to get as many resources as possible, because in order to build your fortress, you are going to need, where are we at here in your storehouse, alliance credits up in the top left. If you want to build your fortress from scratch here, you need, I think it's like 980,000 credits from your alliance. So right now we are able to build, but we're looking where to build. So let me know down in the comments, what stage are you at? Are you a newer player? This game's getting so big so fast. There's a lot of new people. There's a lot of people who are at 100 million, 50 million, 25 million power, maybe not watching this channel because I might not have much to offer them, but it's all in good fun and we're having a great time doing it. So like I said, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for daily Rise of Civilization videos, and alert button is pressed, and we will catch you guys later.